Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of FTB Beyond. In today's episode, we are going to be getting into some new stuff, some pretty cool stuff. We are 40-some episodes into this series, and we still do not have steel. We have electrical steel, we have mana steel, we have dark steel, but we don't have traditional steel. we have none of it whatsoever, and it's kind of pitiful, actually. So I want to remedy that today, because we actually could really use the steel for some things. So the easiest way, there are many ways in this pack to get steel. If we look at steel ingots, right? There's so many different ways. You can get it from smelting steel blend, which you can get from different things. You can get it in a blast furnace by basically cooking iron into steel. There's a lot of different ways to get steel in this pack. But in my opinion, the easiest way is to take some iron, take some coal, and throw it into an induction smelter and let it do its thing. And what that will do is it will pop out a thermal expansion steel ingot. Now, the cool thing about this is that the tome of alkahestry, or as I like to call it, the tome of super cheatiness, actually will allow you to duplicate it, right? So we can toss that in here, and then we have 2, and then we have 4, and then we have 8, and then we have 16, and then 32, and so on and so forth, right? And we can refill this thing pretty quickly using redstone blocks as well. And there we go. You guys get the idea. It doesn't take long. Once you get that first steel ingot, and we can make more of it over here, obviously, and we'll let that cook up and do its thing. But the big thing is that it allows us to get all the steel we need, because really, you don't need a ton of steel. There's a couple crafting recipes that require it. You do need some steel, but you don't need massive, massive quantities of it. You're usually good with a couple of stacks, right? And I think I'm just going to leave it at that. And if we need more, we'll get more. But I think this will last us for what we want to do in today's episode. So let's toss this guy back over here, and let's head. Thank you. Let's head to our main base. Oh, and now it's raining too. Good thing it's time to sleep so we can get rid of the rain. I've been doing a little bit of work between episodes expanding the main base just a little bit. It's this way. Here we go. Added another floor. The floor doesn't currently have anything on it, but I did add an additional floor. So we now have the first floor, basement 1 and basement 2. And if we come down here, we have another floor. I know, it's very interesting. It's like the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Not really, but it works. So what we're going to do, let's set up, let's go here, change this to 7 by 7. Yeah, we'll go 7 by 7. And let's just clear a little bit of space off in this general direction. And then we will do a little bit of that. And I think this will be big enough for what I want to do. Oh, also, I need to go here and clear out that floor so that we have a place to put the... Well, you know what? Before I do that, let's figure out how much space we actually need for this thing. I think it's a 3... Yeah, actually, this will be perfect. This will be exactly the amount of space we need. Awesome. So, let's grab ourselves some laboratory blocks, a couple stacks of those, and then we'll grab a little bit of these. We're going to change this guy back to single. And I think there's a hotkey where you can like switch between those a little bit more easily, but I'm not super worried about it. I don't need to change it that often. Pretty much the only time I need to change it off of 1 is if I'm going to be like digging out a room or something, which isn't that common, if I'm being honest. Let's actually kick that one back here. And that looks good. We'll fill in those guys. And then I don't know how tall I want this to be. So for the moment, let's just grab one of these lights, and I'm just going to put it right here so you guys can actually see what's going on. Now, what I want to get into today is I want to get into a certain thing from immersive engineering. And I should probably be typing at immersive engineering. There we go. So we need the engineer's hammer, and ultimately I need the engineer's manual, which is going to require a book. Like so. There we go. And this guidebook will tell us everything we need. Everything we need to know about immersive engineering. It's all right here. It's actually a pretty good book. What I'm looking for specifically is one of the machines. Might be under... Yeah, here we go. The metal press. This is what I'm ultimately looking for. And stop, please. There's a... If we... hover our mouse over this, it'll tell us all we need. So I need 2 steel scaffolding. So let's take a look. How do I make steel? Well, you know what? We should probably be doing this in here. Steel scaffolding. Okay. Oh, I need steel rods. There we go. So let's grab some steel scaffolding. Then we need 1 redstone engineering block. So redstone engineering block. There we go. Got that. We need a piston. I probably already have one. Yep, there we go. And then we need 2 conveyor belts and a heavy engineering block. So let's take a look at the heavy engineering block first. Okay. Need to make a couple of these steel mechanical components. That gives us the heavy engineering block. And then we also needed the conveyor belts, which I'm going to make using leather because I have it. And, did I not grab the piston? I had it. Oh, you know what? The piston got used in one of the... Okay, got it. I see. Okay. So, if we hover our mouse over this, you can see check marks. We have everything we need. So then, we can hit this, and it will kind of walk us through the steps of how to build this thing. And I think I'm going to put it like right here. If I remember correctly, it's been a little while since I've made one of these, but I think we do that. And then I am going to have to look at the book again, aren't I? Back. Hey. Book? How? Aha. Okay. Pause. The buttons are a little funky. I don't know if it's because it may be because I have Optifine installed. There we go. You know what? Whatever. I'm pretty sure it's block, break that, piston facing down, and then right click. Yep. There we go. I did remember. I'm very proud of myself. I almost didn't remember, and that would have been very unfortunate. So this is the metal press. I know, it's super exciting. What we're gonna do is run some conveyors like this, okay? And the part of this that you're gonna see is just this middle portion, okay? The rest of this is gonna be basically invisible to you. That is the plan, anyway. Now, what I don't know is if we can take, let's see, we happen to have a refined storage system line right here, and I'm just going to break into that. So let's go grab ourselves some cables, and we'll bring this guy over like so, this way, over here, and to there. Okay, now what I don't know is if I go exporter, right, and I put this here, if that will properly connect. So let's try this out and just see if that's the case. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it's fairly easy to test. So let's look at, actually, I think it's here. Yeah, let's just make, let's do the plate thing first. And I suppose the easiest way for me to make plates right this second is to go and use the hammer. Now, I should probably find out. Does it matter what type? Looks like those have to be steel and the other one can be whatever. So let's just use iron. So we're going to go hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then like that. And then we go like that. There we go. And there's our metal press. We can put that on here. Okay. And you'll see if I put an ingot, let's just do that. Oh, I need to turn off my magnet. There we go. They are getting stuck. Okay. So stop. Stop exporting. Oh, because this thing doesn't have any power. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it, my friends. Okay, easy enough. Toss a flux point right there on my network. Bam. And then it presses it into a plate. And then this just kind of goes off and does its thing, okay? Now, the question is, will it import from over there if I run a cable this way and down? Actually, that one wouldn't go there. If I grab an importer, can I put this guy here and import stuff into the network? Let's say, let's just do away with this cable line for 1 minute. Let's grab some hoppers. Ooh, we have hopper ducts? I didn't even know that was in this pack. That's actually super good, because we can do that. These are basically like cables, but for hoppers? Like, it's hard to explain. But I can do this. And nothing. Okay. Should have made a regular hopper. That's all right. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's just make a regular hopper. I'll put this guy here. And let's just toss some ingots in there. It's going to spit them out. This will press them. This spits it out way faster than that thing can pick up, though. And it looks like the importer cannot grab them from there. That is really unfortunate. I was hoping it could. Okay. So, there's a workaround, of course. What we could do is grab a chest and put that right... Oh, not right there. We could put this chest here, run a hopper into it like so, and then say import from the chest instead. And I think that would do the trick. Pretty sure. If I toss a ingot onto here, that should get pressed. That should end up in here. That didn't end up in there, did it? Okay, what if we break this guy? And now I throw a thing. Will that work? That should end up in the hopper. The hopper should pull it into here. The importer will pull it back into the system. Okay, so that works. Excuse me. I was really hoping, though, that we'd be able to just run the conveyor over. I suppose it's not that big of a deal, because you're not going to actually see this part anyway, so whatever. Now, as for... How do I want to Well, first of all, do I even want to automate this? Because I can't see myself using... Decisions. If I grab... Let's think for a minute. How quickly can we I mean, this can only pick up items so fast. And I think they have to be, like, actually dropped on there. So we could use, like, a dropper, automatic precision dropper. That might be interesting. Item dropper from embers, dropping conveyor belt, and a dropper, traditional dropper. There's also the, what's it called? It's the crate from Botania, the open crate. That would also potentially be an option. That'll drop items straight down. But that drops them very quickly. I'm looking for something that doesn't drop them extremely quickly. Let's take a look at the automatic precision dropper from actually additions. Let's take a look at that and just see. I'll have to probably make one. I don't think I have the stuff. Also, it's night. Sleep. Bam. Look at that. So let's sleep real quick. Let's make one of these precision droppers. Let's give it a try. We needed lapis. And I'm just going to toss a few lapis over here. That should be plenty. Turn those into these thingies, like so. There we go. And then, what else do I need? An advanced coil. Okay, that's easy. And I need a regular dropper, which is also easy. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look at the manual thing for this. Works much like a normal dropper, but it will drop items without needing a redstone signal. Drop them straight down. It has a mode where it responds to pulses. Okay. So, I think that is probably the best option then. This should work. This should work quite well, actually. I think this will be good. Okay. So, let's take this guy down to here. And we're going to put you... how can I run this? I suppose we could put him, like, right above the thing, right? Like, let's grab some building blocks real quick. And we can just put you, like, right there, okay? And that'll drop items down. Can I right-click in here? Yes, okay. How fast does this drop items? Very fast. Okay, way too fast. So let's grab a redstone torch, because it said right-clicking on that with a redstone torch will make it only drop items when it responds to a pulse. So that's good. Now we need to pipe items into this thing. So if I put a chest, say here, right? We can grab a couple item conduits like so and do that. Let's go. Actually, my wrench is in here, isn't it? Yep. There we go. I need that. Need to get rid of that connection. That will be insert, and this will be extract always. So now, if I throw items into here, they should end up in here. Good. Okay. So now what we need to do is wire up a system where this thing only fires every so often, which shouldn't really be that hard to do, honestly. Let's give ourselves a little bit of space back here. And I should have a timer like this one. That'll work, I think. delay. 26 is 1 second. I definitely want it less than that. Let's figure out how long does it take for this thing to crush an ingot? Let's just see. If I toss this here, roughly 4 seconds, give or take. Okay, so if we change this to 100, that'll be 5 seconds. And then we can grab a redstone conduit and put you right here. And do that. Strong signal. And strong signal. And now if I toss you guys in here, there's one. It crushes. Perfect. That is perfect. Okay, awesome. So that works. This is basically a fully functional system. Whatever I want to crush into whatever molds, right? All I need to do is throw them into this chest, and then from there, they'll get sucked out and tossed into here, and it looks good. It looks really good. This is very promising. So now, the next thing we need to do is make a couple more of those presses. So let's actually grab some of these steel. I need 8. And let's test out this system. We'll toss those in here. That'll press the steel. That'll press... Yep, that is working. That is working beautifully. Fantastic. Okay, so then let's make an iron rod. Let's look at our steel plates right here. There's another one. And we want to make the metal press mold for rods. Okay, because I want to be able to make rods. And then I also, if we look at immersive engineering, I also want to be able to make wire. And for that, oh, it looks like I can actually use shears. So that's fantastic. That means that I don't need to make one of the little thingies. Let's just make a regular old shears. And give me one little bit of copper. Toss you on there. So that we have the copper plate. That way we don't have to use the immersive, the engineering hammer or whatever. And there we go. Now we have copper wire. We can go back to our steel here. And there we go. So we have those things now, which is great. That's awesome. And then I can shift right click to take the molds off. Okay. And we'll make a little chest over... probably about here, I'm thinking, that we'll have all of our molds in it, okay? So we'll just toss those in here for now. And we are going to need access to this so I can put the molds on there. There's probably some way to automate that, but I don't know it. Now, the whole reason that we want to make this is because I want this razor wire. This is super cool. This is like one of the coolest things ever. So what I'm going to do is we're going to make a few. How much razor wire will that'll make 3? Okay, let's make a couple of these because I want to try them out. Let's toss those in there. We'll let those do its thing. While that's doing its thing, let's look at maybe decorating this room a little bit more. So let's go to factory blocks, and I think, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm kind of thinking back here, we're going to build up the wall, right? Like this. Or maybe not even... Maybe we'll just do it on... Oh, but we need access to this chest. Although, there's no reason that this chest couldn't be, like, over here instead. Just as an example. I think that's... Oh, or better yet, we have this chest right here. Let's put this chest right here. That's a better idea. That's a much better plan. And it makes no difference as far as functionality, because all I have to do is run this item conduit over here instead and say extract always, like so. Beautiful. So that'll work. Your entrance is right here. You walk in. On this side, you got your presses. On this side, you got your input chest. Okay. Now, factory blocks. Let's see if we can kind of come up with something here that looks cool, right? I kind of want to see more of this than just that. So let's maybe bring this out to here and bring that over like so, because I want to be able to see this. I don't want to be able to see this. This back here. This is ugly. So let's make sure you can't actually like see it because it's not a good look. Okay. So we'll bring that up. Let's say you are those factory blocks right there. We'll bring that up. And maybe here we'll do something like that. That should be good. And then here we'll bring that up as well. And I think that's pretty good. That creates a nice little illusion, I think. Right? Something like this kind of makes it look a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit cleaner, I guess, would be the way to put it. Like, this is what you see, right? And we'll hide all of this stuff, too, don't worry. It looks ugly right now, but it won't for very long. So maybe we bring that out, double this whole thing up. Perhaps. Perhaps not. No, I don't like that. I've changed my mind. We're not doubling it. Let me get this room kind of worked out, guys, and then I'll be back with you. All right, guys, I am back, and I think I've got it done. Let's try and make a little bit of this razor wire, because this stuff is sweet. Let's take a look. I want to... Oh, also, I need pressure plates. Pressure to put you here and here. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Does it... Looks like it doesn't actually cause damage, but isn't that, like, super cool looking? You take so long to break. Okay. I don't know why that's taking forever to break. Hopefully it can be broken. Maybe it's just a weird thing with this particular pick. It says pickaxe. Uh-oh. I don't know how to pick it back up, guys. Let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, though, I am out of time for this episode. So here's the room. It's all finished. It's looking good. It's completed. Input chest, press chest for all the spare presses. But as I said, guys, I'm out of time. So my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.